1, 2, 3, clap. I know you can't hear it, Brogan, but the music is playing.
I believe you, I think.
You should. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast. Over there, wishing there was a potato famine in Scotland, that's Brogan Hastings.
And apparently wishing I had nothing to eat, it's over there in Australia, Wayne Giovinazzi. What?
Well, look, you wouldn't have nothing to eat. When I picture a potato famine,
I have 6 days to go.
6 days until you can start imagining what your life could finally be like with other food.
Yes.
I mean, not that you didn't know this like 7 days ago. You were eating other food.
Yeah. Not good food, but I was eating other food.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't know if there is a potato famine or not at the moment, because in Western Australia, at least, when you go to like the frozen section, the frozen food section, like your frozen vegetables, there is no bags of chips and French fries and potato wedges or anything. It's just empty.
Is that not just because we can't freeze anything in Australia just now because it's so freaking hot because it's the middle of summer?
We can freeze things, just not very well. It takes a little bit longer to cook the ice. Oh, I said it again. I shouldn't be saying cook the ice. That's the sort of shit that gets flagged. To set the ice, to freeze the ice. Yeah. I don't know. Well, we have freezers. I'm trying to defend something that I know that you know is not true.
But still.
But how often do you actually go into a grocery store?
Before or after potato famine? Because...
Oh, yeah, but before. During normal life.
More often than you'd think. Like maybe once a week. But that's because I like going to our grocery store because I like browsing in the home section. And yes, I enjoy looking at the kids section too. What kind of toys can I get for me?
So we went grocery shopping today, and we try to do a full in quotes full shop for like a week, but we never do. Like we spent like $100, and in that $100 included box of cookies, giant cheese and bacon ball bag, a bunch of junk, and then a bit of stuff for dinners. But I don't know. Would you rather do your shopping like that, or, go every couple of days to stock up for a few days?
Well, bearing in mind, one of the benefits of still living with my parents is my mum does the big shop.
Okay.
So, yeah, the plan is, the usual routine or the assumption is that mum goes once a week. Usually either a Thursday or a Friday. But if, there are occasions where we maybe run out of something a bit quicker or something like that. She's like, oh, turns out we never got this, so I'll go. And then, she's like, do you need any potatoes? And I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah.
Get me potatoes.
Yeah. It is all I eat. I need I need all of the potatoes.
Honestly, the first day, like, Mum went shopping, so last Saturday, and she came home with potatoes. She was like, I have bought too many. And then it turned out she had not bought enough.
Oh, silly.
But yeah.
Now, how you going with the eating of them? Because I know when I did it the first time I did it, because it's not you have to eat potatoes 3 meals a day. You eat when you're hungry, basically.
Yes.
If like you're hungry, eat a potato. I got to the point where I think I either wasn't hungry, so I didn't eat a potato, or was like, I don't want to eat potato, so I ate nothing. Is that where you're at?
Yeah. I think I kind of started off there a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah. When I eat the potatoes, it's fine. When I've got the potatoes there, I'll eat the potatoes. But the thought of having potatoes, sometimes you're just like, I'll maybe I'm not that hungry.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's also, if you haven't already got them prepared, it's time consuming to cook them. And it's not like you can just say, oh, I'm hungry, I'll have a potato now. It's like 45 minutes later after they've been roasted.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I noticed.
As opposed to going to the fridge and getting chocolate.
Yeah. I think yesterday was probably the hardest day because I got up a bit later and then went out to the shops. So I didn't have anything to eat until I got home, which was maybe 2:30, 3:30. So, and, that's this is at a place where there's a Marks and Spencer's there, so, there is quick food, rubbish food available for me to go and buy and eat. There's temptation, and I did not succumb to temptation. So I'm very proud of myself for that.
Why are you not bowing? Bow.
Because I can't hear you clapping, but yes, I'm...
Really? You can't hear the clapping?
I can't hear the clapping.
I tell you, I don't know. Look, the issue we have is new PC. Hang on, let me see if if this is picking up the clapping. Yeah, my Audacity is picking up the clapping. The problem is I've just finally got my new PC all built, put together, right? My brother came over and helped me with it. I say help me, he built it, basically, as I sat there. And it started off with, we had a giant ring light, like a selfie ring light set up, plugged into a USB power bank to power it. But then the USB power bank died, so then I ended up getting my little headlamp that I have for work. So my job became standing next to him, looking at what he wanted to do so the light would shine on it. And at one point, I ate a cupcake, and I offered him a cupcake, and he said no. And then later on, he had to go to work, then he came back to help me finish it off at like midnight, and then as he was leaving at 2 a.m., he's like, I haven't had anything to eat today. It's like, I offered you a cupcake.
Was that a good cupcake? Was that a chocolate cupcake?
It was a chocolate cupcake, yeah, but they're fine. They're mini cupcakes as well, they're tiny.
You need to give me details. I need to live vicariously through you right now.
Okay, well, the cupcake was about this big. That's just for you, Sarah. No, it's about what's worse for our American friends, saying something is that big and not describing the size, or saying that it's about, 6 centimeters across. It had a diameter of 6 centimeters, radius of 3.
Oh, little teeny tiny
and yay tall.
Cupcake.
It's not teeny tiny. Maybe it's about a third the size of a regular cupcake.
It's pretty teeny
I
tiny.
guess.
Or what does that say about me that I'm like teeny tiny cupcake?
Teeny tiny cupcake. Ooh, cupcake. Yeah. I don't know. What does it say about you? It says that you like cupcakes or you've been eating too many potatoes.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can make a potato look like a cupcake.
Just trick myself into saying... I mean, I would have to cut it up and roast it, and then have all the bits I've cut off be roasted as well, because I can't waste it.
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought you were going to take the literal advice of the potato cray-ray thing, which was eat the whole plant. It's like, no, if I can't cut some of it off, I have to eat it because it's part of the whole plant.
Yeah, I mean...
no, you don't.
The only bits I chuck away are bits that, like sometimes you get cuts in potato.
Oh, yeah, you'll get yeah.
Yeah, where the dirt's got in.
I struggle with vegetables. I like eating them, that's fine. But my struggle is that they come from the outside, right? Sometimes, look, when I buy potatoes, I buy as many potatoes as I specifically need, right? Mm-hmm. And if I cut one open and it's rotten inside, or, like a little worm has gotten in and turned it brown on the inside... What the fuck do I do? I've gotten a specific amount of potatoes, and now I'm stuffed.
Why a specific amount? Like, do you not use potatoes often enough that you're...
No, don't use them very often. Honestly, I haven't bought potatoes in a long time. For the last couple of weeks, we've bought potatoes a couple of times because we've been making shepherd's pie. But we don't have much, so I buy 2 potatoes, 3, maybe 3, and that's all we need.
Yeah.
So but if one of them has gotten that weird potato worm in it and turned it rotten, then I'd have to go out to the shops again. See, we do our best to do all the shopping in one go, but I always need to get more milk. Mm-hmm. I always need to get more bread because fuck Australia, right? Bread, as we're aware, as we have been taught throughout our lives, food quite often comes with a best before or used by date, yeah?
Yes.
So this bread that we get never has any more than 5 days in advance, right? So the most it will last is 5 days if it had gotten to the store that day. But because we're in Australia and the fucking weather at the moment, it's going moldy before the use by date.
Oh.
Yeah, it's terrible. I say going moldy, it gets little specks of mold on.
But even
someone
then,
once told me,
nah.
Yeah, if you can see, for what the mold you can see, there's a bunch that you can't. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's true. It's how I live my life, though.
Yes.
Based on foodstuffs. But yeah, so you couldn't hear me clapping because the new computer, there's something going on with the microphone. I don't know what. There's some sort of processing going on somewhere deep in the bowels of Windows, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. So you really can't hear this?
No. To me, it sounds like you're going like that, which is the clapping without actually clapping.
I look like a seal that is not good at performing. Mm-hmm. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It can't hit its flippers together properly.
Yeah. The T-Rex seal.
CeeLo Green seal. So you've got, what, 6 days left? Is that it? On the potatoes?
Including today, yes.
Oh, okay.
6 days. I've come this far, and at this point, I've got the stubbornness of I can't break it now, otherwise I've fucking wasted it. You know, and I'm still on track for what my plan was. I'm still ahead, so
that's good.
You know, I did put on 0.3 pounds today, which was annoying, but at the same time, I was reading
bodily fluctuations.
Exactly, I was reading Presto, and Penn put on. There was one day where Penn put on 2 pounds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well...
And then the next day, he lost a bunch. So.
Yeah. And I genuinely think it's only because I ended up eating potatoes so late at night.
Yeah, there you go.
So...
And if you're weighing yourself at the same time every day as well, it's going to have an effect. It's just what it is.
Not exactly the same time. It's roughly, because obviously I get up later on weekends and work days. But yeah, I'm still like 4 or 5 days ahead of where my minimum I need to be. So I'm quite happy with that. I know it'll come off. That's the thing, because I know it's genuine.
We're going to sidestep away from these potatoes because I have to ask you, did you hear about the radioactive thing?
No.
Radioactive thing.
What's the radioactive thing?
Okay. So it is a tiny little canister, a capsule. It was a tiny little capsule that got lost in Australia, in Western Australia. And I'm talking like smaller than a coin. The official measurements are 8 millimeters by 6 millimeters.
Ooh.
That is tiny. And as far as I'm aware, the way it was lost, right, it travels in a truck, secure truck or whatever. I don't even know what it is or what it's for, but it travels in a truck in like a safe, which is bolted to the floor of this truck. Now, the thing is that the bolts in this safe are, the same, let's say maybe 8 millimeters wide, the same size as the fucking tiny canister. So if a bolt falls out, the little canister can just fall right out as well. Yeah. So here's a news article. It says a tiny radioactive capsule that was lost in the Australian outback for more than 2 weeks has posed a significant public health risk, and it has been found by the side of the road. Allegedly. Fucking prove it. Prove that it was found. This could just be, crowd control, damage control. It's okay. We've found this radioactive little. It's not even a canister. It says a capsule. I don't know what it is. It looks like a solid piece of metal. But I tell you, if I start seeing like mutated kangaroos or like platypuses coming at me trying to kill me with Teenage Mutant Ninja Echidnas, it's kind of obvious that something is up, right?
Yeah.
It was traveling, fell from a secured device traveling from a mine site in the Pilbara region of Western Australia and allegedly found near the town of Newman. But then of course on TikTok and Twitter, everyone's posting like, oh, I was driving, got home and I found this little tiny thing lodged in my tire. I wonder what it is. Shit like that. But of course, people weren't quite aware of what the story was. So it started off with like a Pepsi can size canister until it's like, oh, it's tiny. Your TikTok sucked, buddy. So it was part of a gauge used to measure the density of iron ore feed at the mine site in the Kimberley region. Oh, and okay. So all they did was set up, when they found the device, they set up a 20-meter exclusion zone. That's not very far at all.
Depends how radioactive it is.
Yeah, I mean, look, I reckon it's still out there. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist or nothing, but I don't think it's been found. How do you even find it? It's tiny.
Depending on how radioactive it is, you need one of those devices that beeps.
A Geiger counter?
That's the word.
Sorry, it's a Geiger counter. But it's a HR Geiger counter, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, maybe it's going to bring on the start of some kind of zombie apocalypse, which, honestly, we're all waiting for, aren't we? Mm-hmm. I mean, we all want to be able to... Oh, we've got a question from the Peanut Gallery.
Don't have a question, but I've just remembered something.
David Blaine has a question.
AML. You were going to take the AML thing.
Oh, the AML quiz, yeah. How long does it go for?
20 minutes, maybe. Depends how long you take to answer the questions.
So that can't be done on air then. That's got to be done.
It probably can, but it would have to be like a no... That would have to be accent challenge and... Like, that would have to be a chunk.
That would be a chunky monkey, yeah. Sarah called me out for, saying that something is this big on an audio-based media. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm well aware that I do that. But it's two things. One, I always assume I'm going to post a picture of whatever I'm talking about on the internet, and I quite often forget. And two, isn't that really our whole shtick anyway, is talking about physical or visual-based media on an audio-based podcast?
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. And you're not the only one who got called out by Sarah. Who we love, we should say. We do love you, Sarah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got called out for saying glandular fever. And I'm like, she's like, nobody says that anymore. And I'm like, only in America. Every single person I've known who's ever had it, everyone has always referred to it as glandular fever. It's only mono in America.
Mono, yeah. See, no, I prefer kissing disease.
That's specifically why I do not refer to it as mono.
That's what I figured as
because
well. Yeah.
That's not how I got it. I don't know how I got it, but I know that's not how I got it.
Can it be contracted from animals? Yeah.
I did actually get teased. I did actually get teased, and that's one of the worst things. And I know it was playful teasing from my aunt who went, "Oh, have you been kissed?" It's like,
yeah.
This is not the time or the place. I am not in the mood. Please do not mention this.
Yeah, I think it's... I wouldn't make those jokes. It depends on what it was. I mean, if I knew full well that that wasn't the case, I would probably be like, so, glandular fever, eh? Elbow nudge, eh? Mm-hmm. That's probably be my reaction.
Yeah.
Just to, like, annoy the person I knew.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know if that was the case or not. I will never know. So. Yeah.
But then again, I'm not doubting you at all, but that's like saying, no, I got syphilis from a toilet seat. I didn't get it from a sexual partner.
I know how it sounds, and that's the worst thing about it. But I do know that's not how I got it.
Yep.
So.
I believe you. Yeah, I believe you. But listeners, do you even know? We won't put that poll up.
No.
Hey, we have an accent challenge that I haven't checked in on.
Ooh.
We'll say that for next episode, because that's when the accent challenge will happen anyway.
Yeah.
I've got a Mexican restaurant update as well.
Oh, yes. Tell us
Mexican restaurant update. They gave me the credit back. That's it.
Good.
Yep. Not that I'm ever going to use it. Mm-hmm. I have no intention of going to any of these Mexican places again.
No, but...
I'm only saying it because I'm not exactly sure how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Yeah. This specific franchise. No, specific chain. It's a chain, not a franchise.
I mean, let's be honest. It's Gomez and Gomez.
Guzman y Gomez. I'm saying
specifically Gomez and Gomez because Luis Guzman plays Gomez in Wednesday. So it's Gomez and Gomez.
Ah, yes. He does, yeah. See, he was... So, hang on. You still haven't watched Wednesday, though, have you?
I haven't. My mum has. She quite enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. He's an all right Gomez Adams.
That was the thing my mum complained about. She was like, Gomez wasn't ugly. And I was like, he was. He really was.
Yeah, I've seen the comics.
But she was like, no, the original TV one wasn't ugly. I was like, what's his name? John Aston. Sean Astin's dad.
I can picture him. Oh, is that Sean Astin's dad?
That is Sean Astin's dad.
That is Sam's dad.
Sam's dad Sam from Lord of the Rings' dad. Yeah.
Oh, come on now, Mr. Frodo. Don't be like that. He's my dad.
Mr. Frodo!
Sam! That's, to me, that's all that Lord of the Rings is for 3 hours a movie. It's like, Mr. Frodo, Sam,
it's
Mr.
a gay
Frodo,
love story.
Sam. Yeah, not even that. It's just two people shouting at each other their names back and forward. That's all it is.
It's Brokeback Mountain, the road trip edition.
It's Brokeback Volcano. That's what Volcano. It is. Yeah. I could have used my cough button. Instead, I suppressed the cough within myself. Speaking of updates, remember last week how you were talking about your intrusive thoughts of wanting to just like drop kick
attack
a kid?
Children, yes.
Yeah, for no apparent reason. You would have enjoyed the basketball game I went to on Saturday.
Ooh.
Friday. Saturday? Friday. Saturday. I can't remember when it was.
Today is
Friday.
Sunday.
Yep, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure it's Friday. But you would have enjoyed it greatly. Mm-hmm. There was a guy on the opposing team. I had prime view of this as well because I was facing this end of the court. Mm-hmm. Guy takes a shot, misses it. He goes for his own rebound, but the ball's coming at him pretty quickly. Uh-huh. And it hits him in the knee as he's launching his knee forward. Mm-hmm. Ball goes flying into like the corporate box right behind the ring. Uh-huh. Just scunts a kid right in the face.
Nice.
Oh, it was pretty funny. And I'm certain the dad was like, kid, just start crying more. We can get some free shit out of this. We can get tickets to the whole finals if they make it.
This is the one time it's okay to cry.
Yeah. Son, if you don't cry now, you'll never be a man. But the guy who did it, who was on the opposing team, I think he sort of came over to the kid at one point and was like, oh, you okay? And the kid's like, and then he like leaves, and then like a couple of Wildcats players are like, oh, you'll be right, kid. And then the mascot, next thing I know, I'm watching the game for a bit. Mm-hmm. Half a minute later, I look down, and the kid is just standing next to the box. And the mascot, right? Guy in a giant, I guess it's like a panther. Wilbur the Wildcat. Is just sitting in the kid's seat, and the kid can't even sit down now. So he's off to the side crying with the cat in his fucking seat.
That's a very gritty move.
Yeah, it was a bit rude. But yeah, the cat's a bit of an asshole sometimes.
Sometimes those are the funniest mascots, though. Mascots who don't give a shit. That is why I love Gritty, because he's just insane.
Yeah. See, the team we were playing were the Cairns Taipans, right? Mm-hmm. And their mascot is a snake.
Right.
A taipan, naturally. Taipan is a type of snake for those who are playing at home. Now, that is an asshole fucking mascot and not the good type. A few seasons back, we had a player who used to play for the Taipans play for us. His name is Clint Steindl, right? First game playing in Cairns, the snake. Now, okay, hang on, wait a second. It's a snake, right?
Right.
But the snake has arms and legs, I just realised.
So Gene Belcher is not afraid of them.
I guess it's just a giant lizard.
What's Trogdor? Trogdor.
Yeah, okay. It's a Trogdor. Trogdor's a dragon.
But it looks like a snake with arms and legs.
Yeah, okay. But that was beside the point. Anyway, he was holding up a sign in his snaky hands that said, Welcome back, Clint. But the L and the I were touching. Yeah, right? This was broadcast on television. Free-to-air television.
Yep.
That's pushing it.
Yeah.
Right? That is funny enough, but still, yeah.
Risky move.
It is,
funny.
yeah. I mean, the snake didn't get cancelled, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But no, I don't like the Cairns Taipans, and I don't like the snake. There's a lot I don't like. Okay, here's a word that kind of rhymes with the word that the snake was holding up. Mm-hmm. No, it's not. It's a pretty bad. This is like a Fred Durst rhyme. Kunk.
Oh,
it's not a great rhyme, but it's kind of there. I'd never seen. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of this Philomena Kunk character, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a new show on Netflix called Kunk on Earth.
Yeah.
And it was brought to my attention that this is not the first Kunk series.
Yeah.
Where
there's multiple iterations. Well, not iterations, because it's all the same character.
Yeah.
But I think, if I remember right, Kunk on Earth was originally a BBC series that Netflix now acquired and put on. But Philomena Kunk is actually a creation of Charlie Brooker, who is the creator of Black Mirror. But he used to do a show called Weekly Wipe, Charlie Brooker's Weekly Wipe. And she used to have a segment on that. Because obviously she's not a real person. She's played by Diane Morgan, who is hilarious.
Yes. Diane Morgan. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Diane Morgan was in that Ricky Gervais show?
Afterlife.
Yeah. I'm correct? Okay. And Diane Morgan, correct me if I'm wrong, used to do stuff or like comedy partners with...
Joe Wilkinson?
Why can't I think of his name? Joe Wilkinson, yeah.
Yeah,
I do have my history correct. Huzzah!
Yeah, that's basically... So I've kind of been aware of her for a while. I first knew Philomena... I was aware of Philomena Kunk before I was aware of Diane Morgan. And I was like, oh, it's a character.
Yeah. So I watched it all in basically one sitting. I think it's only like... It's 4, 5, 6 episodes, something like that.
6 episodes is standard for BBC.
Yeah, exactly. For anything in the UK, it feels like 6 episodes. And you know what? I was thinking about that the other day. Because when I had to drive back to my brother's place to pick up something for the computer, right? And it's like, oh, have you been listening to the podcast still? And it's like, yeah, when I can. It's like, oh, so you haven't heard Dr. Jim's episode yet? It's like, no. And so we listened to some of that. And then he's talking about, remember how they're on season 6 of Pod Therapy? And he was pushing how calling things seasons are perfect for podcasts.
Yeah.
Because if you say, oh, we've done 280 episodes, and he's like, that doesn't qualify anything. Like, is that a lot? Is that not many? Who knows? It's like, well, neither is saying a season, because a season can be 6 fucking episodes, buddy.
Only in Britain. I mean, in America, a season could be like 51 episodes. Well, apparently a season in Australia is 51 episodes if Bluey's anything to go by.
Oh, yeah, that is one a week, probably. I think No, they do exist. Miniseries podcasts do exist already.
Yeah.
I guess. That'd be like 2 or 3 episodes on a specific subject.
Technically, World's Greatest Con miniseries.
Yeah.
And obviously there's...
Well, how many episodes is in a World's Greatest Con? No, there's heaps. Because I'm talking like compared to a TV show, a TV miniseries, which is usually like 2 episodes or 2 parts. Like Stephen King's It, the miniseries.
Yeah, 2 or 3 episodes, I'd say. But it's
sometimes.
World's Greatest Con not 3 episodes, the first series anyway.
Oh, the first series might, but I think there's like 5 or 6 in the second series when it's going...
Yeah. 4 episodes in the first
game shows?
series plus questions, and then 6 plus cautionary tales, and then a couple extra episodes.
Yeah.
But new season starting soon.
Yes. Do we know what it's about yet?
Yes, we do.
Oh, I don't, so we don't.
So...
Oh, hang on. You can't hear this, Brogan, but there's like a record scratch playing because, oh yeah, it's time for it. Is it too early to do an unannounced, unscheduled ad for something that I know nothing about?
It's never too early.
Yeah. All right, so what is this ad for today, Brogan?
This ad is for World's Greatest Con, hosted by our good buddy
Series
and former
3,
kidnapper.
3.
And hosted by our former kidnapper, Mr. Brian Brushwood, who we adore.
Yes.
World's Greatest Con, if you don't know already, which you should and you should go listen to, just a series of podcasts on cons. The first one being Operation Mincemeat, which was an operation in World War II about fooling Hitler. The second series was on a...
Hang on. Are you telling me the British got the Fool Us trophy for fooling Hitler?
Yes!
Oh, yeah. So that was probably a spoiler for World War II.
There's multiple movies about this, but the podcast is better, obviously.
Yeah, one of them has Colin Firth in it.
Yes. The second series is about game show scandals, which is just hilarious.
Yep.
The stuff that people try to get away with. Just absolutely hilarious. And the next season coming up soon, I'll tell the story of how... I'll tell you what it's about, and then I'll tell you how Brian revealed it, because that just cracks me up. It's about Project Alpha. Do you know what Project Alpha is?
Clearly is the project that was before Project Gamma. I don't know my Greek alphabet that well. I probably should have said beta. Or Dr. Evil style. Project Zalpha. because he's an idiot. It's about trying to find the ultimate alpha male. It's like an old game show that used to be in Australia, a TV game show in the 90s, and it was called Man Oh Man. I think it's like a rip-off of like some Greek it's like a reality quiz game show, right? Starts off with a cheesy host. No, I'm talking about Man Oh Man.
I know.
Brian Brushwood can sit in the corner. So you got the cheesy host introducing, and our next contestant is Greg from Toowoomba. Greg likes to do this and that and blah, blah, blah. And then Greg walks out, either wearing something fancy or a bit revealing, and says something innuendo-y, basically. It's like, John here is a plumber, and he really gets on the tools. He's like, yeah, I like to lay my pipe work. Something really bad like that. And then, I don't know, this weird shit. This is just memories from when I was like a kid in the 90s, right? So I could be wrong. And then, like, women in the audience ask them questions, and then they eliminate them. And not just by saying, see you, John, you've been kicked off of this show. And it's all wrapped up in one episode as well. They get eliminated by being pushed backwards into a swimming pool, which has been built inside a TV studio.
Fair enough. No, that is not what World's Greatest Con is about.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I thought I had it.
Have you ever heard of the film The Men Who Stayed at Goats?
Yes, I have. George Clooney.
Yes, that is Project Alpha. No.
So it is, what's another word for that?
Government trying to induce psychic powers, essentially.
Yeah, but there's another thing that they call it, Project Alpha. It'll come to me, and I'll remember, and I'll shout out. I'll shout it out.
But basically, that's what it is. But the story that has been told before, like in Men Who Stayed at Goats, isn't the full story, which the boys now have. So this is brand new information. So this is very exciting.
Yeah.
But I don't think they were going to release a title yet. But it was Brian's birthday very recently, and on that episode of Great Night, Jury said, "I will let you, for your birthday. Your birthday gift is you can, give a spoiler for the new series of World's Greatest Con." And he's like, "Oh, can I?" Because Brian isn't the best at keeping secrets. He likes to tell things. And Jerry was like, "I'd let you tell as much as you want. You just stop when you feel that you've said enough." And he's like, so it's about a thing. And Project Alpha! It's Project Alpha! We're doing Project Alpha!
It's driving me crazy because I know there's another name for that sort of psychic powers, government CIA-based fucking... What is it?
I don't know.
Paul has mentioned it multiple times.
I don't know. Anyway. So that's how we know. Brian was very excited. They both sound super stoked about it. Okay. And the first two series were awesome. So this is going to be good.
I can only assume that the series is directed by Tim Schafer of Double Fine because Psychonauts.
Was Psychonauts Double Fine?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And Richard Horvitz is actually going to be doing taking the role of Ryan Brushwood because he is the voice of the main character in Psychonauts. Also the voice of Invader Zim and one of the Angry Beavers. Yeah.
Can you imagine them doing it in the Zim voice?
It's just, Invader Zim. I don't know. What is it? What's the project? I almost had it. It was on the tip of my head, but it's gone. No, almost had it. All I can think is Project Blue Book, but that's aliens and UFOs and shit.
I have no idea. I feel like you're right. Like there's another project name, but I don't know what it is. So yeah.
Unless it was like the Soviets or something that I was thinking might have had that name. But no, I'm pretty sure... Oh, you know what? Maybe it was the Soviets that I'm thinking of. But, they also did shit like took twins, separated them and to see if they had like psychic links and stuff like that.
That does ring a bell.
I hope that wasn't a big, massive spoiler for season 3 of...
I don't think it is because, like I say, a lot of the information that they've got, we don't know already. Yeah. So this is why it's super exciting.
What's the under-over for George Clooney appearing on an episode?
I'm going to say there is no chance of that. But the chance of Matthew McFadden appearing is non-zero.
Really?
Because
Matthew McFarlane.
The
reason... Matthew McFarlane.
McFadden.
Matthew... Oh, okay. Who am I thinking of then?
I have no idea. But the reason I say that is because Matthew McFadden was in the film version of Operation Mincemeat, and he was also in the TV series of the Millionaire Who Wants to Be a Millionaire scandal, which they covered in series 2. Yeah. So 3 for 3, Matthew. Come on.
Yep. So what else would I know Matthew McFarlane from?
I mostly remember him from Death at a Funeral, the original film version. He's been in loads of things. I think he's
I'm
also...
sure if I saw a photo of him.
Oh, he's... I'm sure he's in Succession. Did you watch Succession?
That doesn't help me. No, I haven't. You know what? I'm pretty sure he was also part of that CIA government project about mind reading and stuff that I can't remember the name of.
He was in 2005 Pride and Prejudice. He was in, Operation Mincemeat. Spooks, for anybody who ever watched that.
The next 10 minutes is just us going through Michael McFarlane's IMDb page.
Yeah, he's Tom in Succession, is probably the most thing.
Tom. Got ya. Well, I know what to Google now.
He's married to Keely Hall, who's...
Keely.
For British people, will be like, oh, yeah.
See, I hear Keely and I just think Ted Lasso.
Yeah. No, Keely Hall is awesome.
That's all I picture. Yeah. But did they drop a date yet for season 3 of World's Greatest Con?
They haven't officially yet. I think they're aiming for about April, May, but no specific dates. Just this is what we're aiming for.
So it may be April or May.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't think we've got any more information on this, so we should probably just go back to regular.
Go listen to the previous 2 CDs first, because they're awesome.
You couldn't hear that, but there was some weird scratchy noises going on, and yeah, we're back out of it.
I'm getting audio description for all our drops because I can't hear them.
As we discussed before, because of my PC being brand new, and there's some fucking Windows 11. I tell you, Windows 11. I should be using Linux or some shit. All right, let's license plate bumper sticker podcast stuff. We have to keep our place cemented as the number one.
As we do.
A podcast of license plate and bumper sticker talk.
Mm-hmm.
As always, Brogan, have you seen any license plates and or bumper stickers recently in your travels?
Not in the wild. I have seen... I don't know if the internet or technology now knows that we're looking for this, because I've had a couple come up on TikToks and on my Tumblr as well, which was very strange.
Ooh.
Somebody started blogging
when
stuff.
We tag it, it must show up because we tag it, that's all.
The reason... Well, no, this is my personal one, which is very strange. But a friend of mine started reblogging from a Tumblr called CADMV Bot. So, real personalised license plate applications that the California DMV received from 2015 to 2016.
From 2015 to 2016?
Yeah.
So for a year?
Yeah.
Possibly 2, depending when they started. I mean, they could have started December 2015, ended February 2016. That's like a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
I need more information on their time frame here.
I don't know. I mean, they're just like some of them, it's quite funny to see what they've rejected and why.
Yep. Have you got an example?
I've got one here.
Or not yet.
KBean88. Customer has said, Kobe Bean Bryant and the year I was born in. Bean is the middle name of the basketball player. DMV, 88 Hitler reference. Denied.
What?
Yeah.
What? That's a bit...
88 is definitely a Hitler reference, so...
Okay, yeah, sure. Look, have I talked about my levers jumper that I tried to get? Do you know what a levers jumper is?
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, good. I didn't know if it's just like a term that we use in Australia. Basically, in your final year of high school, you can purchase a sweater, a hoodie in this case, and you can have it personalized with your name on the back or whatever. Yeah. This doesn't sound like a familiar story. I feel like I've told it.
I don't think you've told it, but go for it.
Okay, cool. Well, basically you could get, up until our graduating year group, you could have whatever you want on the back, within reason. You couldn't have fuck the system or Mr. Smith is an asshole with a stupid little soul patch, as he calls it, flavor saver beard. Fuck, I hate that guy. My God, I hate that guy. But then it became, for us, you can only have your name or a variant of your name. I'm like, all right, I'll play this game.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we know, my surname is spelled Giovanazzi.
Oh, no.
It's Nazzi. ZZI, right? Nazi. They rejected that, and I'm glad they did, frankly, looking back on this.
As they should have.
Which I knew they would, and I didn't really have a problem with it. But I played it up because someone else had theirs. It was like, it started off with an actual star, and it was star cutie pie star or something like that. So I wrote a letter to the vice principal saying, what the fuck is up with this? How come they can have all this random shit and I can't have part of my name on the hoodie?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, reasons because they were actually leaving before graduation and all this. Like, I don't care. I'm just causing a ruckus, which it did. I had sit-down meetings with, like, year heads and stuff like that. It's like, we're really sorry that this has happened. It was insane.
Jesus.
It's like, for something I honestly didn't care about.
There's another one on here. RNUPTHN.
RNUPTHN. Renupitin. Okay, no. I don't get it.
Customer's not given a reason. The DMV says, run up then. Hostile. Rejected.
What? That's insane. See,
1481. Lucky number. DMV said 14 gang number denied.
I saw Jobeth had posted one that I think he was applying for that was denied.
Oh,
and
yes.
I don't understand why.
Oh, I do.
Was there something over my head?
Yes. This shows that you're not up to date on Two Characters and a Clown.
I am 100%. Oh, I wasn't at the time.
Yeah.
I wasn't at the time, but I am now.
So what it is it's essentially, the license plate is asshole backwards.
It didn't look like it.
He also did a variant where instead of an A at the end, he done a V. So it was asshole backwards and upside down.
Maybe that's the one I saw with the V. Yeah. Yep. No, I'm also going through the backlog, which I hadn't caught up on Two Characters and a Clown. Mm-hmm. That is my dedicated podcast at the moment that I'm going through and catching up on. Is Three Libidos.
Yeah.
We did see a license plate kind of submitted to us. I mean,
yes,
it's kind of like friend of a friend of a friend. It's one that Mitzi tagged us in that someone else posted.
Yeah.
And it was OKAYBMR. What does that mean?
Okay, boomer.
Oh. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I thought it was okay basal metabolic rate, which is the rate of which, you burn calories while doing everyday things, as in your normal bodily functions like your heartbeat and your breathing in. Yeah, okay, I get that now.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah. I've seen some things this week. It's been a bit mixed match. Like, some are very in your face and others are kind and sweet. The first one I saw, I don't, it was a hamburger, right?
Yeah.
And it had the words on it, Daughter Pounder. Yeah, right? Dude, people are going to see this on your car. You're aware of that, right? You're probably going to pick up your mother one time in this car and they're going to see that. It's... potential people you work with. Like, I
know that it's a bad license plate. I am not condoning the sticker at all, because it's a bad sticker. I know that the intention is to say pounding someone else's daughter, but that's not how it comes across.
Exactly. Yeah, that too. Oh, wow. Yep, that comes a bit, no. But he insists on having it.
I hate you so much for that.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. But then on the flip side, I just see one that it's just a sticker that just says, I heart my husband. There's like very, very different worlds that these people live in.
Aye.
Now this one technically not a license plate nor a bumper sticker, but It was someone towing a trailer, just a small trailer, which you fill up with junk and take to the tip. And they'd painted on the back of it. They'd given it a name.
Ooh.
The name, it was Trailer Swift. Logan, it was
That's good.
Trailer Swift.
Perfect. Iconic.
Yep. I like that. And then I guess another one which doesn't really fall in this category, but it is adjacent. While out grocery shopping today, there was a guy wearing a shirt. It said, "Not here to fuck spiders, Western Australia." I don't understand it at all. So, okay, cool. So you're in Western Australia, but you're not here to fuck spiders? Well, why are you here?
Mm-hmm. Were you born here?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have no excuse.
Yeah. Oh, I did fuck up a spider yesterday. My God. You don't want to come here.
You fucked up a spider. You did not fuck a spider.
Yes. Oh, yeah. See, I pride this abode of being huntsman free.
Mm-hmm.
No longer.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not
and
huntsman.
I could only refer to it as a baby huntsman, which is not factually correct because a baby huntsman would be like microscopic. Tiny, like a pinpoint. This was maybe half the size of a regular huntsman. I'm sorry, Sarah, but I have to show Brogan. So with its legs out, it was about that big, maybe a little bit bigger. The body only like this, right? The thorax, abdomen, thorax, and head. But
Sarah, I should tell you, while he's showing me all this, I do have my eyes closed.
Yeah. So, this is good. It's about the size of a coaster. No. It's about the size of a coaster, a drinks coaster. Doesn't matter if it's round or square. Yeah. And I don't know if it was Kez or Ryan who spotted it, but it was like running in. It was in the kitchen, running towards the dishwasher right there. And it's in front of the cupboards next to the dishwasher. That is where we keep the insect spray. So I couldn't even get the insect spray. So Kez is like, "Kill it, do something, mate, kill it." I'm like, "Yeah, I want to." And I'm like, "I need a shoe. Someone hand me a shoe." And Ryan just whips off one of his shoes and passes it to me. I'm like, normally I would not want to be touching a shoe that was just on someone's foot moments beforehand, but this was an emergency and needed to be done. And it was really very much like that comic that we described last episode with the toilet time. Oh, there's a spider on the wall. Better keep eye contact with it to make sure it doesn't drop on me or some shit like that. So yeah, I'm just staring this motherfucker down. And I try to hit it with the shoe, but it's like sort of underneath the little lip of the cupboard. And it's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? So like bats the shoe away with its front haunch. I don't know. What do they have? Legs? And then it runs out a bit to be like, "Come at me, bro." And it's like, "You just made a fatal mistake, buddy." Schmack. And yeah, dead. I was concerned. Honestly, I feel like the first hit got it good. And that scared me because, yeah, huntsmen are known for not being crushed easily. For those listening at home, for all of this story, Brogan has had their face in their hands, looking down, and every now and then I just hear which probably will not show up on the audio feed.
Spiders are to me as teeth are to Matt Donnelly.
So you have spiders in your mouth?
Don't ever put that thought in my head. No. Matt does not like teeth stories, and I do not like spider stories.
Yeah. Well, you made a big mistake starting up a podcast with an Aussie there, bud.
Just because you live in a stupid part of the world doesn't mean I should suffer.
I think I know how it got in the house. Because Ryan was doing stuff on my computer, doing the whole upgrading from Windows versions to get Windows 11 without having to pay the full price for it. No piracy, by the way, either. The way we did it was he got a cheap Windows 10 multi-use license.
Yeah, if you get an old version, it just upgrades for free now.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was free upgrade. I mean, we were going to do it from Windows 7 to Windows 10 to Windows 11, but didn't have to. So we saved a step. So he's doing that. So I went outside and grabbed one of the chairs from outside. That was probably where it came from.
Yeah.
But I checked it over. I look at these things. Like the first chair I picked it up, flipped it over, covered in spider webs. Like, no. Back down that goes. Get the next one, nothing on it. But it was also the color of the chair. So who knows? I don't know. Life is hard in Australia. It really is.
Move to Vegas.
Well, I don't know. See, the problem is, in Australia, if I get bit by a venomous spider, I can go to hospital and be treated for it, no expense.
Yeah.
If I have to go to a doctor or a hospital for anything in America, I'm fucked. So, it's live with spiders and healthcare, or live with no spiders and no healthcare.
The difference is there are not marginal, a tiny, tiny percentage of the amount of things designed to kill you in America compared to Australia.
Vegas has scorpions, right?
Yes.
They are also arachnids.
Mm-hmm. But they're not, I don't know why. They don't bother me.
Yeah, there's something about scorpions. I mean, Pitfall has conditioned us that we can just easily jump over a scorpion.
Yeah.
Or swing a vine over it.
Scorpions do not bother me. Spiders do, and I don't know why.
They're not creepy crawly. They're not as creepy crawly, I guess.
Yeah.
Is what it is. They're not hairy very often. Yeah. And I don't think the Vegas scorpions are that big either, are they?
No. I mean...
Yeah.
As far as we do... Because have the Chihuahuas not taken one out? Piff Chihuahuas?
Oh, I
taken a couple out.
See, that's the first question. Have the Chihuahuas taken out a scorpion? Second question, did they go to the scorpion's father first and fully put forward their intentions?
No, I believe that at least one of them has killed a scorpion. And Jade has found it. I believe, I could be wrong, but...
It could have been in the house, though, as well, the scorpion, because scorpions can be found indoors. Folks, if you've got a scorpion, don't let it outside. Keep it an indoor scorpion. 9 out of 10 outdoor scorpions die an early life.
If you're cold, they're cold. Bring them inside.
Do the responsible thing. Keep your scorpion indoors. We're running a bit late now, so we should probably get into some art talk.
Yes.
Which, if we had a musical theme for it, I'd hit the button. Not that you would be able to hear it anyway, Brogan, due to issues.
Technical issues.
So Brogan, you can't hear it, but we've got a brand new theme playing right now.
Which just means you've shot yourself in the foot because you have to get that new theme updated for next week when your technical difficulties have been resolved.
Or I'm sure you're aware that I am a liar. There is that possibility too.
Yeah.
Not a very good one, as You Lying Sack has proven.
But yes, art talk.
So art talk. You've done a few things this week, or released a few things this week. Yeah. Do you want to go in chronological order, reverse chronological order of drawing, or random?
Dealer's choice.
Okay, let's go. Let's start big. We'll start big and we'll finish big. We'll start big with Mr. February.
Mr. February, yes. I was nervous about posting that. I'm still nervous about it. I like it. I like it a lot. But it's Hunky Boy Teller.
Hunky Teller.
Hunky Teller.
But it's not just Hunky Teller. What he's in an interesting pose.
So half the point of Hunky Boys is it's a parody of pin-up posters, but male.
Yeah.
Yes. So, because the point is the fact that it's overbuilt. These boys are already hunky.
Have you seen my mother's comment on,
on
the Hunky Boy Teller?
Your mother absolutely cracks me up. She's hilarious. I love her.
It's just, whoa, hot.
Yeah. So yeah, the point is that it's all, making fun of pin-up posters. Not in a jovial way.
Yeah. I don't see it as a parody of. I see it as an embracement of, pin-up.
Yeah. So that was kind of the thing. So I did look up pin-up posters, and one of them was there's a pin-up girl riding a bomb or something.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
So I thought, well, what would be the Teller equivalent? Riding a needle with red thread.
Yes. Yep. I was going to say that's the exact pose, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's where I recognise it. It didn't even click in my head.
Certainly, March's one is very similar in the sense that it's also a pose. Like that.
Okay. Yep. My one thing about it, the red thread. Mm-hmm. It's very thin.
Yeah.
It's a very thin thread.
I did whether about even including that or not. So
I need to. I think the thread is good, but I don't know how it would look if it was thicker. I don't know.
I think I tried it thicker and it looked a bit weird.
Yeah. Yep. But the butt is very pronounced.
Yeah.
It looks extra pronounced.
It's supposed to be because his posture is good.
Yeah.
The thing I was really nervous about is for the fact that it's not indecent, but he's not wearing underwear.
I just noticed you haven't tagged Teller.
I have not tagged Taylor. I will not tag Taylor.
Yeah, I just retweeted it as us, though.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if somebody else wants to tag him, that's their thing. That's on them. But I could not bring myself to tag him in it.
No.
No, can't do it.
I was almost going to, but no, I'm not going to.
I feel like when it comes to Penn's one, I think he'll get a good laugh out of it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know enough about Taylor to know if he'll find this funny.
Yeah. I think if you showed up to a Penn and Teller show with a printed poster of it and presented it to him, I think he would adore it.
Okay, adding that to my list of things to print.
I wasn't saying to do that. I'm just saying as opposed to being confronted with it on the internet.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's all I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the topic of hunky boys,
yeah,
there was another hunky boy this week as well.
There was. The thing with hunky boys is if I know what you look like and I know your birthday, chances are you're getting a hunky boy picture. So yes, done shrewd, and the 1st of February was our good buddy Chris's, the Microscoop's birthday. So hunky boy he gets.
That was good comeuppance after Wimdy Ginger.
Wimdy Ginger, yes.
I believe he actually said it's all fun and games when it's Wayne getting the hunky boy treatment. I'm so... Oh, but then he says nice things.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I did message him the day before. But I think because it was... I said something along the lines of... Oh, there we go. Just no context. The day before his birthday, I said, should I apologise now or later? And he said, about... I sent a gif from The Office, what have you done? And I sent her the picture. I was like, spoiler alert, I'm not apologising.
Yeah. This sounds very familiar.
Yeah. He might have told you on the stream, but yeah.
No. I mean, this sounds like a familiar story. It's like...
Oh, right, yeah.
Brogan, what does that mean? What does that mean, Brogan?
I don't explain, I don't apologise.
Yeah. You will and have and shall again commit crimes against art and God.
Yes.
Yeah. So there was a couple of what are they called? Hunky boys. All I could think was Wimdy. But there was also this week. This one. It was pretty basic. Pretty basic. No hunkiness going on, but it does have the very real Matt Donnelly in it.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. So that came because in the as of this recording, which even then I think it's still the latest when it releases.
Yeah.
Hey Scoop's Twitch live stream, you were one of the Scooperty questions, or you were related?
I was a question on Scoopity, yes.
Yes.
First time I've been a question on Scoopity.
Yes, and it was about where you lived. And
what state does Wayne live in?
What state does Wayne live in? Not
constant
tidy or a
fear
mess,
and loathing.
just literally.
Yeah.
And Matt thought about it for a little bit and said Perth. And he was wrong because it came up Western Australia.
That's not the first time any of the boys have made that sort of mistake when it comes to Australian geography, because they've said Sydney as a state before as well, when the state is New South Wales. So
yeah,
he was too specific for his own good.
He was. So I did message him at the end of the episode and said, Wayne does live in Perth. And
yeah.
He said something along the lines of, stalling for time so I can bring it up. I said, oh yeah, I messaged him and said, he does live in Perth. Lol. He said, I got it right. Worst Scooper date ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said,
but Scoopity rules, they go by the answer that is on the answer card. So
They do. Unless it's IKEA, and then it's always self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
Yeah. But
I messaged him and
Jacob
said,
can't talk.
Yeah. I messaged
Jacob
him
called
and
me Walter.
said, you need a Matt was right sign. And he said, I really do.
Yeah.
So I drew it and posted it because, yes, Matt was right.
Yep.
He was wrong, but he was right.
He was robbed. He should have had that. I probably would have paid it.
I would have paid it.
Maybe. Partial credit.
I would have paid it, but then I'm a Matt Donnelly apologist, so...
Oh, of course. Yes, we love and support Matt Donnelly in this house.
Yes.
And your other piece of artwork posted this week was the Penn and Teller bi-weekendly bit.
Yes. I drew it up and then realised, this is a very Teller-heavy month.
Yes.
So it was Teller and George. I admit, this is one of the first ones that I've actually got comments on. I don't usually get comments. I used to get likes and a couple of retweets and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This one, so, for context, I love Teller and George as a bit. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we saw it for the first time when I went to see Penn and Teller live. I had no knowledge of this bit going into it. I had no idea this bit existed. So the first time I ever saw it was Teller standing on stage with this puppet with what the fuck is going on? And it fucking killed me. I adored watching that bit. I don't know if that magic translates onto television. It's still a good bit on television, but seeing it live in the theatre with no concept of what's going on.
Was it on the latest episode of Fool Us or something? Or
it was.
Because I don't remember seeing it.
It was on. It's been on our episode of Fool Us, but I can't remember which one.
I don't remember.
But yes, I posted and I was like, I love this bit. I hope it stays in the show forever. And I've had people asking, is it in the show? I thought it was just for Fool Us. I'm like, well, when I saw the show, they were practicing for Fool Us. It was only the second time. So the second or third time Teller had ever done that bit. So it was still rough around the edges, which maybe made it better. And then I had people say, it's not my favourite bit, but glad somebody enjoyed it. And I'm like, but I liked it. So...
Hang on. You're saying that you saw it and it was only the second time he'd done it?
Yes.
That means I saw it the first time he did it.
That's what I mean. I don't know if you saw it. You either saw it the first or second time, and I saw it either the second or third time.
Yeah. Well, during the show, Penn did say there is one brand new trick that's being done for the first time. So
yeah, so it could well have been that.
Maybe that was it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's. I don't know. I'd be willing to let that trick go for something else, for something new.
Yeah, I mean, I think because it's a joint show, so the boys don't have a huge amount of solo tricks.
Yeah.
Teller probably has more solo tricks than Penn, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But I just adore the concept. I just think the idea of having the one who doesn't talk do a trick with a ventriloquist.
Hang on. I was going to say, Sarah, take note of this. There might be some parallels to our podcast.
I just love the idea of having the one who doesn't talk have the ventriloquist dummy. Because the curtain came up on that bit we were watching. I was like, Taylor's going to talk. And
yeah.
Just him and the dummy looking at each other, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yep. But no, that was exactly my thoughts as well. You've got the silent performer doing a bit which requires speech.
Yeah. That's so I loved it. I might be willing to. I mean, I say that like I have any say in the show at all. But
well, you know Matt, and Matt's involved. You could swing some. It's possible.
I would heavily petition for its staying in the show unless I was presented with another solo Teller bit that I liked more.
Okay, so yeah, I tell you now, if it was replaced and for the solo bit come back was Shadows, which I have never seen live, I would be very happy. I would take that. I would accept that. But I fully believe you're going to get to see Shadows when they are touring the UK. I think Shadows is one that tours very well. Yes. So yeah, he was doing it in Australia. So yeah, so he's got it packed up, ready to go. Oh. Yeah, he's sitting in the suitcase waiting. All right. Any other arts that you would like to talk about for this week, or is that about your arts done? Is it? No, that's my arts done for this week. The problem is I'm working on stuff that I can't talk about, and not even just the one project, multiple projects I can't really talk about. That's how you live your life. Do things that can't be discussed, so you've got nothing to talk about. Yeah. So you're actually working for the CIA in that, psychic powers thing. That's why you can't talk about it.
Shut up, Wayne.
I can't
Shut
remember
up.
the name of. Yeah. Oh, I almost had it. But no, it's gone. You know what? There's someone from that program using their psychic powers to take it out of my memory, so I don't mention it by name. We should probably do some not so good at this quickly, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Round out this episode.
Not so good at this.
The first comic we're looking at today is Sad Pirate number 29, working title Cannonballs. It's 4 panels long, and in the first panel we see Sad Pirate talking to someone, and there's a bird sitting between them on a perch. And his friend is saying,
"Oh, what a cute bird. Does it talk?"
And Sad Pirate replies, "Yar, he mostly just repeats stuff he hears." And in the third panel, the bird is saying, "Ark, what's wrong with me balls? Ark." And in the last panel, Sad Pirate's like, "Yar, cannonballs, I meant me cannonballs." That's the comic. And that is special thanks to patron Jobeth B, who once had a parrot that confessed to multiple murders. That bird knew what it was doing.
Not so good at this.
And the next comic we're looking at is comic number 417, working title Floaty. And I was forced to draw this comic by patron Scoop John B. Anyway, it's 5 panels long, and in the first panel we see a guy who's looking a bit under the weather and is saying, "I ate too much spicy food." And in the second panel he says, "Probably going to give me nightmares." In the last panel, we see that he is dreaming and having a nightmare and saying, "Oh, hey there, Floaty Cat," and we see Floaty Cat staring at him. And in the fourth panel, Floaty Cat is floating up and down because it's actually an animated comic, and he's turning quite demonic. And the guy is saying in his dream, "Gee, I'm glad this is just a dream." And in the last panel, we see him in the real world, asleep, dreaming about that shit, with Floaty Cat looking at him. That's the comic.
Not so good at this.
And the last comic we're looking at today is comic number 418, working title Triple Threat. It's 4 panels long, and in the first panel we see a guy and a girl. The girl's all done up to the nines as clearly a performer, and the guy is saying, "You can sing, act, and dance? You're a regular triple threat." And in the third panel she replies,
"Actually, I think you'll find I'm a quadruple threat."
And we see that she's pulled out a knife on the guy. That's the comic. And that is big thanks to patron Chris the Microscope, who is a single threat. I'm scared to find out which one. We like talking about art stuffs, and we haven't had it in a while. We haven't had any art crimes submitted to us. So if you've got anything that you've created, it doesn't have to be digital art or paintings or whatever. It can be any form of art, I guess, really. But you can send it through to us. Either link it on Twitter or email admin@nicepodbud.com. Or on the website, nicepodbud.com, there's a little contact button that you can hit and link us to it that way, whichever is easier for you. And we promise only good things. We will not talk about you badly, because we enjoy all art crimes.
Yes.
Everyone has the right to commit crimes against art and God. But you can also just talk to us on Facebook. Maybe sometimes we miss things. I miss things on Facebook all the time.
I don't look
like
at
comments
Facebook,
and shit.
So
No,
never try to get in
I look at our
contact.
Facebook.
Yeah, never try to get in contact with me through Facebook.
No, it's just at NicePodBud. But you can also speak to us directly. You can talk to Brogan on Twitter at 7BillionNeedles.
And you can talk to Wayne at WayneGeo.
You know what? We've also got personal email addresses at NicePodBud as well, which is just our name at nicepodbud.com. So if you've got something you want to say to me that you don't want Brogan to know about, just go ahead. And vice versa. If you want to be like, "Brogan, I don't know how you put up with Wayne week in, week out. You should just focus on starting something with Chris." And you know what? Wayne can go off with Dr. Jim and start their own side podcast as well.
Why do you assume you're getting Dr. Jim in the divorce?
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm fine with Nick. That's and Audio Guy Jacob, you can have Monday through Wednesday. I'll have Thursday through Saturday, and we can split Sundays.
Audio Guy Jacob doesn't want to come with me.
Anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
As always, stay fresh, cheese bags.